team. There's no way for us to lose that game. Daniel, Fatty, looking forward to that big two-legged game coming up against St. Vincent, trying to get us into the group stage of the Gold Cup. How we get into the stage, Daniel, of making it through the qualification rounds. And if we lose this time, we in danger in the summer to play another rounds of games again.
Yeah, as you said, we should be able to put out a JPL team and still be able to win this game. But what I'm looking forward in these games is what the manager has been working on. Yeah. This whole entire time off, what has he been working on as far as when the players meet up for these windows. I want to see what kind of game plan, how he want to create opportunity so this team can score some goal, especially at home, be very dominant. You get what I'm saying? Because this is gonna be the first time when him really, really have a very long time to study the players them that he's gonna need to be calling up. It's selection. You get what I'm saying? I want to see some different players get opportunity in this new window. You get what I'm saying? So him cannot have, because remember when him just come in, it's like windows was coming up back and back. Windows just keep coming up. So him never really getting an opportunity for just relax.
These things across. So you're trying to say that, with our last game played in November, mid-November, we have December, January, February, and March. So he has actually like 4 months after field.
4 months to do all I'm homework.
Build up a big data system, data this, everything that you really want to go forward.
Yes. And I want to see some startup play. We suppose he can be very comfortable playing against St. Vincent, St. Vincent, and put on the ball and play some football. We not in a yes. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like wants some good football. You get me? And like we have play USA or Mexico or Canada where we have to go there and try to prevent them and win the game. We need to embrace ourselves and go win the match. So we need to see something different from the coach, or else a problem. Or we go up on the other step.
Yeah.
When the World Cup qualifiers coming around. Yeah.
King, we have been dominated in the quarterfinals round. We much so in the group stage as well, because we have always gone, in the next stage. But quarterfinal is not the problem for us, King. From 2015, when we went to the final, 2017, we went to the final, 2019, we went to semi-final, 2021, we got knocked out in the quarterfinal, and 2023, we went to the semi-final. So quarterfinal is not an issue. So since 2015 until now, that's what, like 5 Gold Cups, we have been through past the quarterfinals, 4 of the last 5. What you have, I've always seen with this Reggae Boy team in group stage and the quarterfinals, we are more dominant, in that round and not so dominant in the last 4 or the last 2.
So that's pretty much straightforward. Where usually when you reach the latter stages of the competition, you actually play the big teams. So you go back up the United States, the Canada, the Mexico, the Panamas, them. And that is where we usually stumble. So playing the group stages of these tournaments, we usually cruise through. As I said, quarterfinals is not where we usually meet the hardest team. So now that is where we have to show the next level. Now, the projection of the team needs to be where we are competing with those teams and beating them. And if Steve McLaren can actually get one over the line and actually win a Gold Cup, that would have showed the progression where the team is, because really and truly, yes, we are not competing in World Cup qualifiers with the USA, with the Canadas and the Mexicos, but those are the teams that we really need to use as a standard as where we need to be. Yeah. We need to be in and around those teams. We need to beat them team comfortably, and we need to compete with them team the right way, and that we not do, because beating the St. Vincent and the British Virgin Islands and all the teams, the lower teams, we always do that. You get me? I say that's expected. So now it's about the teams we rank higher than we. The Panamas, you don't know, Panama always give us some trouble. So it's about where we are at the time when we are through to the quarterfinals. Yeah, I know football have to play up on the pitch. I know so we have to beat one of the group stage. I know we have to progress through. But I don't you as I said, we usually progress through under various different coaches because all of the history we just named out, those history has been under about 5, 6 different coaches over the years. So it just shows you say a coach supposed to get through to the group stage,
Yeah,
to the knockout round. That's
yeah,
a given.
yeah,
But now it's about what you're gonna do when you reach the knockout round, and that's what we really need to show our class. We need to stamp a class and show say, all right, then this is the level where we're at. And in terms of the players them who have, we're supposed to even bring in some new players, and I guess the players them are gonna gel at that time and really show the class and show where they are. We're supposed to go toe to toe with the best of them at that time.
yeah. Daniel, the last four to the last five, the quarterfinal, we have beaten Haiti, have beaten Canada, we have beaten Panama, and most recently, we have beat, Guatemala. Why is it that this team is like we're not showing that dominant force of how we showed, against those teams in the quarterfinal into the lateral part of the Gold Cup where where matters means most.
I think it's just I don't know. It's like a fear factor in the players. I don't know why when we come up against the US and the Mexico, we just look like we lost our ability to play football. You get me? I don't
Yeah,
know why. It's like for instance, you put a Liam Bailey in Aston Villa. I know he's not been the best this season, but last season, if you put him in Aston Villa, he knows to play football. You get me? And then when they're in Jamaica coming up against Mexico, Mexico and USA is not the same quality of the team in the English league.
yeah,
So why the players don't know how to play football? Most of these players that you tell me about that playing in the championship look very decent when we
yeah,
see them play.
yeah,
Casey Palmer, you always defend Casey Palmer, say your Casey Palmer is quality. You get what I'm saying? That's Bador. You always say these players are quality for their team in the England. But when they come to Jamaica, they just lose the ability to play. I understand the previous coach have not able to. The previous coach basically done tool in a couple months. He basically done tool, but these are players that are playing at a very good level. So why when we come up against these teams, we don't know how to play football? Like it's like we lack ability to play a team game. You know,
yeah.
like I don't know. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. I don't know if them come here and then put on them guard and says whatever. If we go through, we go through. I don't know. I
You
don't
know
know
that
if
the Mexico they have that thing in the World Cup where they just cannot get past the run of 16. It's like that is like us. It's like we all struggle, to get really past, the semi-final consistently. As we said, back in 2015 and 17, that's the most successful time we ever have. We beat Mexico in the semi-final, and the other one in the semi-final we beat the US. So King, it showed that look in those games, to get to a final, you must be the Mexico team or you must be the US. Yeah, you have to be one of the big dogs to get in there. And we have sure that. But when we get to the final with them, it's like we just cannot get over the line. You understand? And I want to, give you something, in the Gold Cup, our goals since 2015 and, since 2015 and 2023, the goals in the knockout rounds, we have scored 10 goals in the knockout round, we have conceded 14 and we only had 4 clean sheet, and when you look on, the knockout round, we beat US, in 2015. We go on the last, the final against Mexico. Come back, we beat, Mexico. No, we beat the US 2-1 in 2015. 2017, we beat Mexico. Remember that Kemal Lawrence free kick that stunned the entire crowd, and then, we go on to our last in the final against US 2-1. In 2019, the US knocked us out in the semi-final. 2021, we did advance because the US knocked us out in the quarterfinal. 2023, Mexico, beat us in the semi-final. What is it, man? Like we beat the US and Mexico back to back. to get to a World Cup final. But since recently, when we have our strongest teams, it just cannot happen.
So for me, and something more Dan say, which I kind of like for pushback against is we also we like to use the comparison of Aston Villa and Leon Bailey. It's a very easy thing to do, right? But we have to bear in mind, say Aston Villa have a scouting team who use analytics for can find a left back like Lucas Dean, can find a right back like Cash. Remember, we as Jamaica, we are limited in terms of how we recruit players. In terms of we have to find players who of Jamaican national background. So that don't limit you to a set pool of players already. So now we're trying to find the best players who have certain skill sets. So while we can easily find a team in club level where you can unpick some players from all over the world, it's not as easy to do it at international level. So we have to identify that and not be unfair to the players then, notwithstanding that they can do better. Now, in regards to why we come up short a lot of the times, I'm never been straight up with this. A lot of times when we eventually reach to the finals of these competitions, we get to the finals as underdogs. And we
Yeah.
usually get to these finals playing pragmatic football. A lot of football where people are say, all right, it's probably negative football. We have set up shop defensively sound and try to hit things on the counter and we get some victories. If you check the XG for most of those games, I don't think you find that we are the dominant teams in even the semifinals and the quarterfinals.
We have
As I'm
like
here, we use strategy,
yeah.
yeah, and get through. So that said, I said that to say this, Nick and Dan. You see, playing that type of football, it can get you to the final and it can get you to win finals, don't get me wrong, But it's on the rare occasion. It's on the rare occasion. Usually, for me, when me know in a football, the dominant team, the team where play best, the team where have a better system, team where have better players, those are the teams that usually come out. Yeah, we know the ball round and we know say on the day anything is possible. But eventually we keep on running out of steam because again it comes back to us not having a system, us not having a style of play right through and through. And the USA and the Mexicos and even the Canadas, even the Panamas, them have them thing in them DNA. So those things help carry them over the line when it comes to that stage. So really and truly that we need to develop an identity so we can play some good football. We can be the better footballing teams where deserve our luck to win and push it over the top. So for me, it's not about winning, winning and getting through to the final. It's about the development of the team the right way. It's about getting in the players that we need with this proper skill set. Dan spoke about Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer is an excellent player. But Casey Palmer not settled in the team. Casey Palmer, who are really the CDM when he play beside. So now Lati Bodier over the years has been doing what he need to do. Before Lati Bodier it was somebody else. So yeah, it's about how it built. Again, me I say how the team build and how the structure build and how it progress for me.
Just have something so quick. Me understand. Me understand what you say as far as the structure of the team is never been there. We have basically chop change every minute. Since 1998, since the last. That's basically the last time when there was an actual good structure around this team, like a really really good structure. But I can't take the thing as far as a man just can't make a simple pass, a simple throw in. You see me I say? Those are little details me I talk about.
Yeah.
When the man them come here, them don't know how to just literally just pass a ball. Literally just no lack of awareness.
Yeah.
You get me? That the basic of the game. That's what I'm saying. When the players them come here, them look like them never play football before.
Yeah.
You get me? As a footballer, you supposed to can able to do the basic. You get me? The other thing, the other far as winning the games and those are things where the coach is supposed to help you as a team and as a player to win the game. But as a player, man,
Yeah. That 5 yard, 10 yard pass.
that fire, me see too many little basic things when these players normally do at them club,
Yeah.
them do it there. But when them come at Jamaica, it's like them clueless, like them never touch a ball before. Barely. Can never stay upon him feet when him play for Jamaica. Every minute, man, as a man touch a ball, a man drop. Look how much time we say when Bailey depend Aston Villa and Aston Villa jersey. He might dash your man, he might plot, he might twist that. When the Jamaica, he like the man have sand pan him foot then.
Boots.
As a man touch the ball, a man drop. For instance, them are agree. Come catch the virus. He was so good when him just come here. It's like him catch the virus too. Him don't know if play football again in a few couple of games. Them that me I talk about. Them just when them come here, it's like them lose the knowledge of playing the basic. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, like the thing that really fascinates about that what you said about these players don't know to make a 5-yard pass, a 10-yard pass, and that's not down to the court because all three of us here, a baller, you understand? A 5 and a 10-yard pass is probably one of the most simplest pass to play, and it's the most safest pass to make. Pep Guardiola have said it. This is why I love his players to make 5-yard pass, 7-yard pass, because that's the easiest and the safest way to do it. You have something to say about say something, King?
No, I say him spot on in terms of that part I don't know, because I never know say that part they matter about me doing the simple things or the basics, because the basics have to come back to the players, as you say. So for the basics, really I talk about individual players who are professionals supposed to be able to carry out the basics well. For me, I don't see that per se. I don't see like players being incompetent of making 5-yard pass. It might happen on a one-off, but does it happen in general? So, and then again, I must say this again. Like understanding the system and the style of play. All right, so share away a ball and if me no know what you are and got me, I put a pass right here. So I guess over time you call it chemistry. Team chemistry will help this, and that will also improve. So over time, and again, if you chop and change so much players and the players them to settle in, me I try to make excuse for them. Don't get me wrong. Me I try to make excuse for them because me I try to find out why these things are not happening if that's the case. Yeah. Because really and truly, when the team settle the right way, when we say these are the core players that we have, I think we're gonna see an improvement in doing the basic stuff. Because what is the virus? You said you call it a virus, but what is the virus? Is it that the sun too hot?
The virus of not doing, the basic of not doing the bare minimum stuff in terms of, show that fight, show that hunger, be more consistent in your gameplay, because the Margaret in his best year of the Reggae Boyz, 2023, 11 games, 8 goals involvement. He was one of the best, in the team. I know, what he have done.
But for me, for me, if I like to look at the players individual, what am I going with? Subjectively, that's the word. I like to look at them subjectively. It's hard to group them up because look at the Mario Gray situation again. The Mario Gray situation is one that he hasn't been playing for his club. You see, he might look at move right now, so that affect the Mario Gray. So these players have some psychological thing we are going as well with them. I don't think I make excuse for them.
No, that is right. Look, the mental. I heard you said this before on a platform that look, if your mental space is not here, you cannot play the football properly.